Hi and welcome to C++. In this tutorial I'll be covering switch statements. So the first thing I've just done now is just import the following. I've imported my standard library and IO string library and CMAS library. I'm going to be using the CMAS library to do some quadratic equation and using namespace standard as there as well, and initialize my system. Then I have my color in place, and maybe I should change this variable. Yes, I'm going to be using multiplication timetable, but I think I should change it to options. So I will start by creating a menu. So let me say C out. So C out, that'll be my menu for this switch statement. So and let's get it dead center. For the very first one will be let me just call that multiplication timetable. So for the first option, like I said earlier on, is the multiplication timetable followed by complete timetable, and the third one that'll be quadratic equation. Okay, so let's start. So let's just correct that for now. Yeah, so that's that will be the menu. So I will then use C in options just to take in whatever menu that is selected there. So if you just, maybe if you guys want to see what I've done so far, let me just show you. System pause right here, or else you won't see nothing. So let's run it and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So that's just the menu. So I'm going to start now by defining my switch statement. So let's go into switch. So we start by calling the function switch. So option there. So enter my curly braces there. Might as well just get that in place now before I forget all about that. So the first thing is case 1. That would be my very first switch function that I'm going to be creating. Will be case, that's the case 2, and I'm just defining everything down. And then I have case 3. Of course I only have 3 many in there. Alright, that's fine. And I might as well just declare let's get the default in place. Default, yep, that's fine as well. And break default as well. So let's just put everything in order now. Get this one here, and that goes here. That's fine. And get this one here. So the very first one, like I said earlier on, my timetable. So I will prompt the user to enter a number to be multiplied. Okay, the user is prompted to enter a number to be multiplied. I need to store this number somewhere. Let's make that W. So right in here I have variable W there. That's my W. So I will now say for int a, let's make int a equals to 1, and column a is less than and equals to 12, which means a will end up generating 12 numbers. So I have that in place now. So the next now is just to say C out letter A and enter a quote there so that it looks like multiplication table, and I need equals right there. Yeah, that's fine. And now A multiplied by W equals what? And let's say go to next line, new line. Alright, that's the first part of my program, but I think I'm going to have to enter system pause there, because I have a feeling it will only flash and you will not see anything. So might as well enter system pause right there. So let's just run this and see what I've done so far for the very first case. Okay, I'm just going to try this program now and see how it looks like. So let's press 1. Okay, enter another one. That's it. So the very first part of the switch statement has just given me number 1 to 12 multiplication timetable. So let me close that. Okay, the next part of it is to create a complete multiplication timetable, which is the second part of it. So let's go in there. I'm going to sort of like speed this up. Okay, I've just finished completing I've completed the second part of the switch statement. You can see that's my multiplication timetable there. I've used the for loop here. Okay, for a equals 1 to, for a equals 1, a is less than and equals to 10, and a plus plus, which means for every time it goes around the loop, it increments by 1 until it gets to 10. And here, that's my a now being displayed on the system. This is just an underline. Okay, and the second part of it is to create the column of the multiplication timetable. So I've declared Q right there. At the same time, generate 1 to 10, and that is it. So now what I'll do is just to run the program. If you guys want to have a quick look at the codes, so this is my code from here down here. Let me delete this, I don't need that. Okay, that's the switch statement here. Start from here. The first case, which is case 1, enter multiplication timetable of any number you want up to here. That's the very first case. The second case, this is the second case that will give us multiplication table, complete multiplication table. So let me just run this system, and you guys say, if I select 2, which is the second option, there, that's what you get. You get a complete multiplication timetable. Look at that. That's beautiful. Now let's run it again and select 1. If we select case 1 or menu number 1, this is what we get, asking us to enter whatever multiplication timetable we want. Let's say we want the 12 times table. That's the 12 times table. Press enter. Okay, that's both multiplication timetable working as expected. The next thing I will do is complete the third part of it, which is supposed to be the quadratic equation. So I will now speed that up again and just get back to you. If you want to see the tutorial of the quadratic equation, I have it on my YouTube page. So let's speed that up now. So what I would do now is just to paste my quadratic equation, which I've already, or which you guys know that I have on the YouTube already. So let me just straighten that up, and that is it there. Those are my variables declared. Take it down a little bit so that you guys can see it. Alright, that is it right there. From here up there is a quadratic equation. So let's save. Alright, there. So select 1 there, enter the coefficient of A, B and C. So I have then 2, minus 3 and 1. So that's the coefficient of x and of y and x. So now let's run it one more time. Run again. Select 3, quadratic equation. Enter the coefficient 1, minus 3 and 2. There. So y equals 2 and x equals 1. So that's how you create a program in C++, dev C++ using select case. I decided to go into it in more details because that will just give you guys an overview of what case 2 is all about. The very first part of the scale 2 selected is the multiplication timetable, and here I call this complete multiplication timetable because it will give you a table of multiplication timetable up to 10. I've used up to 10 because if I decide to go for 12, it's sort of like overlap. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go up to 12, this is what you guys will see. Alright, let's go up to 12. You see what will happen. So select the second one. Can you see the overlapping that I'm talking about? Look at it. That is confusing. That's why I decided just to go up to 10 alone. So, and that's how you use a switch statement in Dev C++ or in C++. So let me just show you guys the codes again. I suppose you can see the very first case, and followed by the second one, which is supposed to be the multiplication timetable, by the third one right here. And right underneath here I have my default options. Okay, the default option, this is how that works. If I select anything, any ring that is not within the menu, that's it, that's what you get. Okay, there's nothing there. I think maybe I should move this and copy this and dump it in here so that we can see the output. Okay, let's give it a try again. Alright, and that's what you get. 5 is not a valid selection. Okay, that's how the default options work. So I will now call this the end of this program, and I hope you guys enjoy it.